why you catch all my brothers ball and ain't shooting no bricks. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turned.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with their opponents. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Buying time to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. Oh, look at the juke. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. They'll try the right side here with Davis. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Back to throw now on first down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. That one is caught by Hunt. And down he'll go at the 25. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
First down, Bulls.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bulls have taken the early lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Sly set to boot it. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
At the 11-yard line.
This one caught by Winslow. Room here to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Davis. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Darius Slayton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Line 7. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They go play action now. Wilson. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So the flag thrown for the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
This is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. Room past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Throwing, Jones. Flush to his right. First down and much more here for Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Jones. And this one is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Fan. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year and 3rd overall. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. And this is caught. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. There's Wilson to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Wilson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
You thought you had
and into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Lions 21, Bulls 17. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go play action with Wilson. Throw right side taken in by the tight end Bryant. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Touchdown! Hunter Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls are able to move back in front. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
24, Lions 21.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Throwing on first down, Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
On the move to his left. And some room to work. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play there on the keeper.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking to throw. Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now in the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays, your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Again, it's Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Harris. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Sanders' kick is good, and that will tie us at 24 all. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. This is the tight end Fant, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bulls on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Slide for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
The score, Bulls 31, Lions 24.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Jones dancing to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Jones steps away to his left. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now Wilson on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping it inbounds. And on that last play, over 400 100 yards passing. Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Again, Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he comes back with one complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At their 48.
Throwing, Jones. Flushed out right. Jones hit and the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Jones throw there into the hands of Ross. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Off play action. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Third and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Finding Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
They run forward with Hunt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
At the 42-yard line.
Jones. And incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if hit it.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You happen to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is fourth down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. To throw is Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they rattle off a big one. Well, big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Throwing now is Wilson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Now a first down carry for Harris. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun on third down, Wilson uses the stiff arm. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Now it's Wilson. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the upright.